Hi everybody, it's Zach from Frog God Games. I'm here with Skeeter Green, our resident Rappan Athuk expert, and we are going to show you a little bit about what has taken a lot of our life recently. Um, we're going to go through the level 2A map that we're making some changes to and getting set up to provide you with in the backer kit of the Rappan Athuk Maps Kickstarter. All the time
Yay!
preparing for the Rappan Athuk Kickstarter coming very soon. So anyway, I'm going to share this screen.
And thank you again for backing the Maps Kickstarter. That was wildly successful in the number of people who decided to back us on that, and we're doing everything we can to make sure it's worthy of your backing. So thanks.
No, honestly, thank you, because this is the kind of stuff that would never get done without a Kickstarter project. This is a huge project to make something great even better. And by doing this, we can do it in stages so we can make these great, and the Rapid Athletic that comes afterward, they work together in a way that we can never probably make enough money to justify doing this much detail work for everybody. So thank you again. All right, Skeeter, what are we doing? Explain to them what we're doing with this map.
Okay, so this is a raw map from Robert Altbauer, and this is based on the maps from previous versions of Rappan Athuk. This one is specifically from the Pathfinder and Swords and Wizardry version because I don't think it was in the Three Little Books um, version of this. So what we're doing is we are verifying all of this particular level, level 2A, all those little yellow dots that you see on the map are teleportals. So if you get in the portal, you can change the dial on some of them and you go to different locations, which is a super screwed up way of moving around a dungeon, but pretty ingenious. Anyway, what we are doing is I have up on my monitor way up there, I'm going through the text as Zach is changing and updating and clarifying things on the map. So it is as clear and accurate as is possible with us doing it. That was a hefty asterisk right there. There are going to be mistakes in the maps. There always are. But we are trying desperately to minimize those. And any maps that do have mistakes, they should not interfere with gameplay. That is our goal.
And we
So,
also provided the layered maps as part of some of the plus levels. So if it really bothers you and you catch it, you can fix it. But we want to know too, so we can get them fixed like in a PDF or an errata. But we
right.
expect most of these to be done. This wasn't possible before to do actually map changes like this because we weren't provided with the raw files. Robert Altbauer, who did a wonderful job on all these maps, was kind enough to provide these with us and allow us to resell them in the stage they are at, so they can be manipulated. So while when we start, the first thing we do is we change the title. So it, Skeeter prefers down style, so we go ahead and type in the teleportals, and then 2A,
Uh,
call it that.
that that should actually be the teleportal maze.
Okay, this is the kind of thing we catch.
These are the kind of nitpicky things that don't make a difference to gameplay that we actually are painstakingly trying to maintain a style about. Another one will be when Zach alters the scale right there, which he's doing right now. And here's part of the Frog God magic. Do it, Zach. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
So what we're doing is this: we change the scale to 5 feet because everybody likes to use 5 feet in games. So luckily, we have what's called a pattern adjustment layer, and when it's going to be still intact when you get a layered map. It brings up a little menu that tells you what scale is your grid at. Well, because currently 10 feet per square, so it's 86%. Well, now if it's 43%, we are suddenly at 5 foot squares, and then we
Now,
take the grid layer and we run it down to the second to the bottom, which then clears up the area outside of the map It just gives you a nice grid on the inside of the map area itself. So
Yay!
yeah, it's pretty fancy.
It's Zach magic.
Well,
And that's going to go on a t-shirt too.
oh God. Yeah, anyway, I'm lucky. I'm famous and in fashion, I guess, now. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, so Skeeter, what's the
Yes.
next step we do after we do the
So I'm sitting on this one just so I could screw up Zach because he desperately wanted to know everything about this and I didn't tell him this one part. In area 12, the water,
yes,
there needs to be one of those little yellow dots on that island in the water.
and not in the middle of the water or both?
Both.
All right, hold on.
So an additional teleportal,
Yep. And so
which
what I
may or may not be
well, what I do for that
on
is
a
I
layer.
look behind the walls, and anyone that are opened up, yeah, those are all there. Okay. So all the objects usually are on one layer that are labeled, but we need an extra one. So what I wind up doing is I go and I get a selection tool. I go real close, and I just select this little thing there. Make a new layer by copy, which is just allowing it to take the information below it and push it up one, so it won't change the look right away, but it will change the layer structure. So by copy. Now I have a new layer right here. I can move that layer. So I zoom out, and Skeeter Green says, "Where's it go?" And it goes on this island. You can tell
Correct.
me where. Right there?
Nope. Nope, that's good. Just anywhere on that island.
All right, and then what I usually do now is that I will take the extra layer of those and I will combine it back down with the layer that sits above it, so you guys don't have a bunch of ugly or weird layers when you get the layer files. So, all right.
And as we're doing these changes, if there are things that are terribly complex in the map where it would be easier to change the description in text, I am taking notes and I am also changing the text to make sense with the maps. So what you will end up with is some altered maps and some altered text to have something that makes sense and is playable. That
I
is
always know
the
when he has
goal.
to come to a point where he has to make a decision too between the map and the text because he swears really loud. So,
I that is false. That is fake news.
fake
That
news.
is not a thing that happens.
Okay.
I take many pains to be a forthright and upstanding
Speaking of fake
non-fucking
news. Okay.
swearers.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So now what else we got? We take all the tags that say two areas. We make sure they're going the right place.
right. So where do you want to start with that?
Well, I think that we have 23A15. Is that correct?
I don't think that is correct.
Okay.
That is okay. So that will be to area
Area.
3C 15.
Watch the magic as it happens. Okay. And then we have towards the bottom here.
Okay. Now here's an interesting one. The text for area 2A-1 in Rappan Athuk refers to 3C-15 and 3A-15 because the editor that did that one was not paying attention. And I can and I can say that shitty thing because I was that editor.
Well,
Well,
it's a
and
bigger job than I thought it was after working on this, so I have some sympathy. So anyway,
and that is not entirely accurate. I am not an editor. I am a developer. I should not disparage the many hardworking actual editors that have helped us on this, where I have not accepted their changes in a document or just generally screwed it up. I screwed the pooch, and if you want to finger point and put the finger in my chest and say I did a bad job, I would highly not suggest that.
yeah, I'd avoid that. But he'll be happy to like shift blame later. Okay, so
Sure.
G1 to area G1,
To area G-1,
G dash one. All right.
because that is the ground level.
Oops.
That teleporter throws you outside the mausoleum. So if you get there, if you figure out you're in room 13, don't go to that teleporter because you will be banished from the dungeon, sent packing.
Yes, you will. So we have that. The water's all good. The island's good. And what I get then do is I go through on the layers on the side and I collapse them and I make sure everything's showing that needs to be showing. Collapse the layers. We're good there. Every once in a while I'll turn off the masks and I'll just disable it to make sure that there's nothing showing up that was missing. All right, and then enable. Yep. And then I go down, check make sure the numbers are turned on, the secrets are turned on. The deco layer, it has the things like the frame and the art that doesn't go, it goes over everything except for the floors, and the mask is in there. I usually have 2 grids in each map. One is the 10-foot or the original grid, and one's a 5. And then we go down, there's a layer for the walls, layer for the doors, which aren't any level, layer for the objects, which are only a few, the bubbles here. And then where I put the grid layer, and finally the floor layer. So those are all set up. I collapse all the folders, and I add a texture to it that is provided to us by Robert Altbauer. And I use a Photoshop action to make it happen, but basically I'm just putting a pattern layer over the top. So I just click on the very top layer, click on my action, and boom. And then I change that 60%.
So grungy.
So grungy. My only question, Skeeter, is the teleport path falls below this red line.
Yes, that is atrocious. I think we should move that text
Okay, I'm just
to pretty much anywhere else.
there. I didn't know some Rappan Athuk tradition. I had no idea. So
Yeah.
okay, hold on. That's the teleport path. So
I just want to give a secret shout out to the backers that have been with us for many years. I'm sure by now it's been obvious that the longtime members of Frog God Games, we fly by the seat of our pants. This is all about fun, and sometimes the technical side of it has been lacking, but we have some new blood for the Frog God, and Zach is some of that new blood, and he's much more finicky and particular about things, and that has helped us to make our products better, and it is appreciated, and I never miss an opportunity to tell Zach to just shut up and relax. So it's my fault, and I will take that blame.
well, I appreciate that. And to be honest with you, I'm not as detail oriented as he thinks, but compared to how it was, I
Comparatively.
but
Yeah.
no, once again, I want to thank everybody if you made this far in the video, listening to us chat. We've been doing this probably 2 weeks now, 3 weeks, Skeeter, about 8 hours at least a week. Longer?
Oh yeah, more than that.
Yeah. But we're going through, the maps were nice as they came to us. We're going through to make them truly useful. You spent a lot of money to get them made, and we're going to make sure they're made in a way